Smash Brothers, Smash Brothers, Smash Brothers. If you are a Nintendo fan, you have likely seen a million people reacting, speculating, and praising the teaser for the new Super Smash Bros. Even I fell into its hype train trap, and now I'm as eager as ever for a new game. The problem being all of the expectations people are already getting from a short teaser. A combination of impossible wish lists and crazy speculation will tend to set people up for major disappointment. So to combat this, I have come up with a challenge to go through every franchise and cut at least one character for each multi-character series. I'll go through every franchise currently in Smash and choose the most likely out of that group of characters to get cut, then explain why. I've also lumped all the single character franchises into 3 categories: first party, classic, and third party. I'd also like to put out the disclaimer that I know that most of these cuts will not happen. The challenge of cutting one character from every series means that there are bound to be impossible cuts for the smaller 2 or 3 person franchises. Here we go. Mario is always a difficult franchise to, oh who am I kidding, it's Dr. Mario. Not only is Doc one of the most literal definitions of clone I have seen in this game, but his relevancy could easily be preserved with an outfit swap, like in Mario Odyssey. The only way I can see Dr. Mario keeping a spot on the roster is if they wanted to use him as a Melee and Brawl version of Mario. Then they could use the actual Mario to represent new games like Odyssey and 3D World. Aside from that exception, I would say that Doc has a high chance of getting the axe. Now if only we could get a real puzzle game rep. Well, this one seems unfair. When there are only 2 people in your series and one of them is a main fucking character, it's kinda obvious who gets the cut. DK really needs new reps. Oh well, sorry Diddy. I'm not a huge fan of the Zelda series, but it doesn't take much to know it's a tough choice between Toon Link and Sheik. Sheik has appeared in a grand total of 3 Zelda games, if you want to count both versions of Hyrule Warriors. Her moveset is contrived, and her relevancy is barely anything. On the other hand, Toon Link is just that, a cartoon Link. Sure, he's a little different, but when you get down to the bread and butter, he's just a clone. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give Toon Link the axe. Why? Well, because Sheik's a veteran since Melee, and she also has a unique moveset. Besides, Sheik isn't the only character in Smash that isn't very relevant anymore. Looking at you, Star Fox. As if Metroid didn't have a shitty enough time on its own. It would be Zero Suit, unfortunately. Please give us more Metroid reps this game. I'm begging you. This is such a difficult decision. I wonder who I could possibly remove from the Kid Icarus series. Seriously though, Dark Pit is an actual clone, like in this game and the game he comes from. Unless they rework his moveset into something unique, I would consider it highly likely that he's getting the axe. I like Verity better anyways. I wonder which of these 6 sword-wielding characters I can cut from existence. Eeny, meeny, miny, Lucina. Although Corrin's game did not do nearly as well as Nintendo had hoped, Lucina is a carbon copy of Marth, which could easily be turned into a costume at best. Everyone else is just way too unique and relevant, considering that Robin just as equally represents Fire Emblem Awakening as Lucina does. Don't make me do this. I love Kirby. It's my childhood and one of my favorite Nintendo franchises. But if I had to choose, Meta Knight would probably get the axe before DDD. Meta Knight, although arguably one of the best Kirby characters ever, is not Kirby's main rival. That title goes to DDD, and if I absolutely had to cut a Kirby rep, it would unfortunately be Meta Knight. That's not Falco. Happy feet, wombo combo! This is probably the most difficult one in my opinion. None of the Pokemon reps are clones, all of them have a unique moveset, and most of them hold relevancy in Smash Bros. Unfortunately, if one of them is getting cut, I would expect it to be Lucario. Although Jigglypuff isn't nearly as relevant, she is a veteran to the series since the very first Smash game. Lucario's region has all but lost its relevancy, though I think the likelihood of him getting cut is pretty low considering how unique his aura mechanic is. Unfortunately, it's Lucas. I love Lucas. I love Earthbound, but he's just not as much of an icon to the series as Ness is. Forgive me, Earthbound. You would expect this to be difficult with how many there are, but I figured out who I wanted to cut right away. Wii Fit Trainer would be my first choice for the chopping block. Smash Bros. Switch is, well, on the Switch. It would make sense to distance the game from the Wii era, especially when considering the travesty of the Wii U. The Mii fighters would likely stay overheard to represent the Wii era, and even though Wii Fit sold considerably well, I could easily see the trainer becoming an assist trophy. I hate Rob. Not only was the toy itself annoying, but he also holds very little relevancy to Nintendo's past due to how much of a failure he was. Game & Watch and Duck Hunt hold so much more relevancy and are good character designs when compared to Rob. This one is tough, but when it gets down to it, I'm just gonna have to pick the one that seemed like a long shot to begin with. I like Cloud. I think Cloud is a really good character in Smash. But when you get down to it, every other third party is probably easier to negotiate with than Cloud is. This doesn't mean I think Cloud will get the cut for sure, but if I had to choose any third party reps, it would be Cloud. So, there you have it. All the characters I would give the axe if I had to cut one from every franchise. Realistically though, most of those characters are going to return for Smash Bros. 5. In fact, the only likely cuts will be the damn clones. I'd say this was a pretty unique video about Smash Bros. Without oversaturating the internet with yet another list of newcomers. No matter how much I want to. Okay, maybe just once. Thanks for watching the video. Do you agree with my choices per franchise? Comment what you think below. If you like this video, show me some love with that like button, or the subscribe button. If you hate me for making this video, tell me how I can improve. Thanks. I'll see ya.